Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and I want to show you a really cool opportunity that Justin SVT and I had, and that was to go see an original 2000 Cobra R. So as you may know, they made a total of 300 of these. And something that's cool is a fact as well, as for the Screaming Yellow Terminators for '04, the coupes, they made 299. So I know that's Terminators, compared to the Cobra R itself. There were a lot more Terminators, but as for my particular car, I always like that fact because they're so close in production numbers. Now, also, if you look at Justin SVT's Terminator in torch red, as well as my Mach 1 in torch red, that was a very common color. But back in 1999 and 2000, Ford was using a different color red as well. That was performance red. So we went to this really cool place to see this, and our first impression as you walk in and see the Cobra R is that performance red. It's almost like an orange. Not like competition orange. It definitely is a lot closer to torch red, but it almost looks orange. So the Cobra R had the really cool splitter that wasn't installed, but you can see where the hardware goes. It has a fog light bezel and actually a brake vent cooling ducts down there, and that's all plumbed on the Cobra R. And we were looking at all the different documentation and how big that intake manifold is. The engine itself, to me, looked a little more compact than the pictures because you see it kind of elongated in the picture, but it was really cool to see this. Now the Cobra R as well got these tinted headlights. So the 1999 and the 2000 Mustangs actually had clear silver color headlights. So only the Cobra R for the year 2000 got those darked out ones, which they later went to in 2001 through 2004. You can also see kind of the V6 side scoops. That was common for the Cobras. The 99 and the '01 Cobras still got those same side scoops. Here's an original window sticker. This car had very low mileage, but it was really cool to see this one preserved, as most of the Cobra R's are. There's a few of them that were actually raced, and it was fun to see that large R wing in person. It doesn't look as insane in person. And of course the amber taillights, which SVT was doing for the 99, the 2000 Cobra R, and then the '01 Cobra. So that was kind of cool to see. And the 2002 Cobra as well, the 100 of them that went down to Australia. SVT later stopped that trend on the '03-'04 Cobra for either budget or supply problems, being the end of the body style, but I put some in mine. They do take a little bit more effort to wire in. It's a different harness, so check the video description. I have a full playlist on that as well. I think they definitely belong on Cobras as kind of a Cobra thing that SVT was doing. So let me know your thoughts on the ambers. But anyway, these 18-inch Cobra R wheels were beautiful and looked really nice, as well as the Brembo brakes. And here's the side exit exhaust. That's, everything on this is factory, of course. But with the Cobra R, you did get power windows, but a lot of the other accessories were gone. So if you look at the steering wheel, there's no cruise control. You do get Cobra in the steering wheel, but it is not a double wrapped steering wheel like the '03-'04 Cobra's got, so regular GT wrapping. So that's kind of something that jumps out at you. And one of my favorite things to do as well is get in here and turn these gauges on, because they weren't the reverse glow gauges like the '03-'04 Cobra. They did light up kind of like the 99 and the '01 Cobra, but they were cool to see that way. The gauges are pretty typical. Gas on the bottom left, the temperature above that. The speedometer, you'll notice it does go to 180 instead of 160 like the other Cobras. You may also notice that it doesn't read out in kilometers, but miles per hour only. It doesn't say SVT on the tachometer yet. It didn't do that until the '03-'04 Cobra 6,500 RPM red line, which was pretty good. 6,800 is where the fuel would cut off after that. And then battery voltage at the top right, which the '03-'04 Cobra replaced with the boost gauge.
I can't hold on to it.
And then your oil pressure on the bottom right. Inside headliner, everything looks pretty normal. Early enough, they didn't have the cargo net at the top. But notice no radio, no CD player either. So here's my 04 Cobra. Notice the controls here. You have max AC, AC, the vent off, then floor and defrost, and then regular defrost. So the Cobra R is missing these. The obvious reason being it didn't have air conditioning. And it's also in a different order. So you have vent, floor off, mix, and then defrost. That's it. So you lose some of those controls. So that's cool because that's a Cobra R specifically made panel, as well as the shift knob that has 6 gears, but it looks like the traditional shift knob that you'd see in my GT. You get a 6-speed with the T56 that was in these, and it was cool to see that shift knob that looks just like the one on my GT, but with 6 gears. And I did the research as well. It is a 10-spline input shaft on the T56, just like the 0304 Cobra. And the special Cobra handle there without the boot, like the bag boot on it, that was kind of normal just from a Cobra. So you get the very bad cup holders from 98. Notice how there's no fog light switch because it doesn't come with fog lights, even though it has the space for it. Everything else in the center console, kind of the same as the regular Mustangs. And of course, we can't forget the Recaro racing seats, which was a big Cobra R thing. Really awesome with the Cobra R logo on that. I believe he said the Sparko harness was not original. But other than that, regular door trim, a lot of it looked normal, as well as that rear bumper, again, was kind of from a V6 Mustang since the side exhaust comes out before the rear wheels. And so I want to give you another look here by the fog lights. It is really cool that the Cobra R's had that second hole, which is intended for brake ducts for cooling. And the 0304 Cobras also have the 2 holes here, one for the fog light, and then you can see where that brake duct goes for cooling the brakes. Now, interesting enough, the Cobra R didn't have fog lights in the second hole. Now, if you look at the paint, you'll notice some imperfections, some bubbling. These hoods were made of fiberglass, and so you had what was called outgassing, where after the hood was painted, a lot of that vapor that's trying to still get out would cause some of the bubbling. So when you see that on a Cobra R, it's actually perfectly normal. And it's an eyesore. It jumps out like a sore thumb. It looks like the car's had some issue, but if you know what you're looking at, it's completely normal. As well as under the hood, if you look, it's missing one of the support beams, and that was to accommodate that larger intake manifold. The Cobra R also had a 5.4-liter V8 rather than the 4.6. It made 385 horsepower, 385 torque, and that's an underrated number. It's closer to 400 horsepower and torque for that matter. And so there are some other things about the Cobra R. Front bumper, same as the 99 Cobra. So that Mach 1 delete look is actually molded part of the bumper, just like the 99 and the 01 Cobra had. And just like the 0304 Cobra, it had a running horse in the grill, not a snake. So here's another look at that V6 bumper in the rear. So no dual exhaust cutout because it came out different. Here's a fuel cell as well, different than the fuel tank that you find in the other Cobras. It did have independent rear suspension in the rear, so that was a little bit more built than the 99 Cobra. The 99 had 28 spline. This was upgraded to 31 spline. Then the 01 Cobra kind of retained that, as well as the 0304 Cobra. The Cobra R also got 355 gears in the rear end, and it's funny they didn't put that in the 01 Cobra, but they later did in the Mach 1 and the 0304 Cobra. You also had Bilstein shocks, which the 0304 Cobras would also inherit as well. And you get a really good look at that exhaust coming out in front of the rear wheels. So it's cool to see it under the car in person like that. So it was all in all really cool to see this. I had only seen one other one in person, and that was at the 50th anniversary of the Mustang in 2015 down in Las Vegas. But that big power dome hood was really cool to see as well. The delete for the antenna for the radio, and just looking over all the car and seeing the imperfections that are normal for the car. And my Mach 1, my hood was repainted. I worked really hard to get the decal perfect, and that looks really nice, but I have a little bit of that too, so it's kind of like a Cobra R. Right now, these headlights, I was trying to see if there was anything different about them part number wise, but they actually came out exactly like what's on our 0304 Cobras. We checked outside when we were done. And there's a ton of other details that I'm sure we didn't even cover in this video. We didn't see that front splitter on the front of it. It's obviously not installed yet. I saw some silver hardware on those from the factory that looked pretty cool that would go right there. So another cool thing that we weren't able to really see. We didn't start the car up. It was sold. But the guy was really nice to let us come in and look over it, and we had a great time just seeing a Cobra R for the first time in person, up close and personal at least. So let me know if you've ever seen a Cobra R in person. It's really cool. He also had I think it was a Demon 170 here and some other really cool cars in the shop. Even a newer GT 500. We're talking about how it's funny how much better of a car that is than the Cobra R, but nostalgia is nostalgia. So check the video description. I have a full playlist of other videos similar to this. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Thanks, guys.